Jack, I'm going to introduce you, and then you have the floor to talk about it.
Want this?
I got one. So I'm not going to steal yours.
I'll give it to Vicky.
Well, you can tell your story. Maybe Vicky's going to add to it. What are we going to do with them?
I don't know. We haven't
Trust
figured
me, I've been trying for 30 years.
Right, and we can't even come near that, so.
Seems like yesterday.
Good morning, all. And welcome to the May Veterans Meeting. And we have a special guest, special privilege today to have one of the very few remaining World War II veterans. And Jack Thompson is his name, and he's here with his wife, Vicky. Jack had his 99th birthday on April the 9th. So he's been around. And Jack's going to tell us a bit about his story. And if he gets too far off track, his wife Vicky is here with him to keep him on task. But I'm very much looking forward to Jack and his story. And I've gotten to know Jack a little bit. He's a very unique individual. But just to be here after being World War II veteran is unique in itself. There's very few of those left. But we're very lucky to have Jack and Vicky here. And Jack, you want to tell us something about your story? No, he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I'm modest.
Go ahead, Jack.
Anyway, well, thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the introduction.
Hello, hello. There we go. Thank you. I'm used to this. Anyway, Jack Thompson by name, born in 1926 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Lived there a couple of years, and then we moved to Peoria, Illinois. My father thought it was business reasons. And spent a few years in Peoria, and then moved to St. Louis, Missouri, and been here ever since. I love St. Louis. I love the Cardinals most of the time. And went to school, and had the Boy Scouts. I was in Boy Scouts, and I remember on my in my 12th year. Thank you, dear. She always helps me out. We were having merit badge show, and you guys are Boy Scouts and remember the merit badge shows. This is out at the old arena, and this is on a Sunday, and we're tearing down our exhibit, and we could hear some kids shouting, screaming. We went, what the heck? Where was that kid? He comes running through. It was one of the old arena buildings, and he said, "Bomb, bomb!" I could hear him say, "Bomb!" And then we carried, "The Japs have bombed Pearl Harbor. The Japs have bombed Pearl Harbor. We're at war. We're at war." Shouting, what the heck? Scoutmaster says, "Come on, kids, let's get in the car." He wanted to get in the car and turn the radio on, so we did. We all crowded into his car, and got the radio on. We're hearing about how the Japs had bombed Pearl Harbor. So we all wanted to get home and hear it on, detailed at our own home. So we did. And my father was a veteran from World War I, and he started talking Navy to me again. And I'm 15 years old. So in a few years I'll try it. Anyway, so in a few years I'm coming up to 18. I knew Uncle Sam's going to get me then. So I saw in the paper the infamous Post-Dispatch, and it said, join the Navy V5 program, learn how to fly. And it goes on to say how enlist in the Navy, join the V5 program, get some schooling. Anyway, okay, fine. I said, my dad, let's go down will you take me down? Because I'm 15, I can't drive. So, takes me down, and recruiting office down there, and he said, how old are you? How old are you? And old enough to know. Anyway, I told him I was, how old I was, and he says, well, come back when you're 18, and we'll enlist you in the Navy V5 program and learn how to fly. And hot dog, that sounds great. So I did. I went back and waited a few more years. I was 18. I went down to the Navy, and I said, okay, you're going to go to the V5 program. You're going to go to college for a year and then go on and learn how to fly. Oh, okay, great. So anyway, I did that, and I went down and got my orders. I was supposed to report to Warrensburg, Missouri, Central Missouri State Teachers College. Any of you ever hear of that?
Yes.
Yeah, you're like me too. I didn't hear it. And so anyway, I reported that at the old state post office, not post office, down at the train chase station. Thank you, dear. And I'll be saying that a lot. Thank you. And so I got down there and met, and here's a whole bunch of other young teenagers like me. And there are also some elderly guys that look like they're 22, 23. And they're enlisted men. They're rated. They're, anywhere from seaman first to third class or anyway. One guy was an aerographer mate, and he was the aerographer mate first class. He had a hash mark on too. He had already spent 4 years in, so but he wanted to become an officer. Anyway, so we reported there, loaded up in the train, and took off for Warrensburg. And we got into Warrensburg a few hours later, and there was a chief petty officer standing there out on the dock, waiting for us to get off with two enlisted men. And we get out, and he starts lining us up. He's taking some of the men who had always served in the hash mark and all, and made them officers to help him direct us around, which he did. And we got lined up, got numbers and everything. Then we started marching down. We're going to march down to the barracks. The barracks turned out to be the dormitory of the teachers, the girls. Fortunately or unfortunately, they weren't there. They had been moved out, and we moved into their little dog and, what do you call that, a dog and pony, or no, the room. Jack and Jill. It was two bedrooms with a bathroom in. Well, that sounds nice. Well, no, you got 3 other guys in that room with you. So there's 6 of us on that. Still pretty good beat. It was a lot better than, a lot better. Clean that up, didn't it? Better than going to boot camp. So then we had to get out and start drilling. The chief wanted us to learn how to go left from right. So we went on for like that for, it seems like for days. I'll make this short. So anyway, we marched, and learned how left was left and right was right. And then the next day we finally got fed too, which is starting to bother me. My stomach is growling. And we went over to school. Oh no, the big important thing, had to take a physical. Ah yes, the infamous physical. And some had never been naked before in front of another guy or anything. Boy, poor guys. Anyway, yeah, I went to military school and for high school, and that was education too. But anyway, then we started getting our shots and all. Most of it had shots. The poor farm boys never had a shot or anything. Boy, they're getting shot up. Got the big sore on their arm and everything. So then we started going to school, and it was really a pre-engineering school. So we started getting that, and some got pretty sick. as some of you know, had gone through it yourself. And yes, that. So I spent a year at Warrensburg, getting college courses, being ready to left from right and all that. Anyway, we got our orders. Now we're going to go to Warrensburg. No, that was Warrensburg. Now we're going to go to Norman, Oklahoma. Thank you, dear. And it was a pre-flight school, and cadets were already there. And we thought, well, we got to learn how to fly. No, we're tarmacs. We're big tarmacs. We learned how to taxi an airplane down on the runway, and everything's about how to wipe off the windshield. These are primary aircraft. Some of you guys maybe flew them, but biplanes, Stearman, good old yellow perils, and spent a year there, just about, and then got transferred from there to California to pre-flight, which was St. Mary's College. Navy had taken it over, and beautiful area, but they had nothing but professional athletes there, teaching us how to run, walk, jump, shoot baskets, hit each other in the face, all those fun things. And well, that's true. It taught me how to navigate an airplane, and it had how to swim. That was the big thing. How to swim. We had to swim a mile. Now here we are, flying an airplane, land in the middle of the ocean, and now we have to swim a mile. Just where the heck are we going to go on a mile in the middle of the ocean? Well, the Navy thought it was a good thing to do, so we did. We had to learn how to swim a mile. So navigation made some sense. And how many guys are navigators? A couple of you? Bless your heart. Yeah. And then the signalmen. How many signalmen they got out here? Come on, somebody raise their hand and say, I was a signalman. And in the Navy, yeah. Okay, how many guys are Navy men? There's one. Yeah. Come on, guys, don't be bashful. The Navy was there also. Anyway. The propellers in Oklahoma. Oh, she's full of all these good suggestions. When we had to go down the line, we were crewmen. We had to warm up the airplanes. We had to, wind up the props on and all that. And it was just a crewman. That's what we were. We learned how all the parts of an airplane and not get killed in the same action of doing so. Did lose a couple guys on test flights, went along as passengers. It should have never gone. But that was part of being in the Navy. Thank you. I brought her along for a purpose. Several. Anyway, go back to Navy V5 and V12. Navy V5 was for flight, guys that wanted to go and fly an airplane. And V12 were guys who wanted to go and continue in their year of college and go on as far as the Navy would send you, somewhat through a complete college education, like pre-med and a couple others. And they did not fly. They wanted to be deck officers. We wanted to be flyers, V5, and land on those little postage stamp of aircraft carriers. We had to be crazy. I talked to guys later, they said, it's just a controlled crash. That's all it is. So, anyway, am I losing things here? Keep going, huh? Have I run out of my quarter on the slot machine? No? Keep going. Wave at me when it's time to say hello, goodbye.
You're doing good.
Anyway, yeah, well, I'd like to tell you about when VE Day, when the Germans threw in their hat, and I was in Norman, Oklahoma, and what are we going to do, guys? So we didn't know what we were going to do. Well, one guy said, I got a bottle back in my locker. Oh, fine, let's have a drink. We're all 19 years old now, and legally in Oklahoma. If you can walk, you're legal in Oklahoma. Only you had to pay for it too, though. So anyway, we sat around, about 5 or 6 of us, sat around a little circle, passed the bottle, one to another, take a drink, pass it here, buddy. He'd take a drink, the guy with the bucket full of water, he'd take a drink, pass it, you pass the bucket around. So we just sat there talking, drinking. Pretty soon we ran out of something to drink, the booze. And that was about time we would hit the deck and go lay down. So that was how we spent the VE Day. Another one was a case where war was over in Europe, started sending troops back and being discharged, and of course most of them were scared silly they were going to be shipped to the Pacific aboard some aircraft carrier or whatever as crewmen. Fortunately, it didn't happen. But these guys coming back, anyway, I'm sometimes lost my train of thought there on something. Oh yeah, it was that every little town in Oklahoma had a VFW or something, and they always petitioned to have a parade for returning men coming back. And so they come out to the base and talk to the commanding officer and bring us into town so we can parade. And so we do that a few times. He got sick and tired of going into town having a parade around for some guy just back from over there. So I'd get out and go to, take me with you, dear? So after a while, we got on to this routine where we line up, have to sign up. Commanding officer made us all get lined up and we go into town and march. Well, then we start hearing, this ain't too good. So you pass one block of the street, you bail off, and sneak down the way and skip the parade. And by the time the parade ended, it was about the chief petty officer and a few others were still the only ones left. So after a couple of parades, they got wised up and they started taking muster at the start of the parade, and they'd take muster again after the parade and compare the two. Now we're going to figure out how many of these guys that jumped out of the parade. Guess what happened up on the bulletin board? The muster list came up, those who were restricted to base for 2 weeks. And so that kind of put the squish on us skipping parades from then on. I'm running out of gas. I'm running out of gas?
Good.
Okay, good. Did I get 25 minutes or 2 minutes?
About 25 minutes.
Oh, I got I earned my lunch.
You did.
I don't know what else to tell you about other than the Navy. San Francisco is a great port. Oh man, I love going on duty into San Francisco. Any of you guys hit San Francisco for liberty? Nobody? Oh, come on, guys. Surely you made San Francisco or something equal to it. Well,
They're not as old as you are, they say.
oh, bless bless your heart. Well, son, I'll talk to you later. But it's going into San Francisco on a weekend, and they have facilities for guys like me come in, and they give us a cot, pillow, blanket, and a sheet, and a free breakfast in the morning, and a shower and towel. It's really individual. These are civilians out of the kindness of their heart, and a great go in there. You get a free bunk, a little something to eat in the morning, take off, and we enjoyed pulling liberty in San Francisco. By that time, we had officer uniforms too. We were cadets, and that sure helped with the other sex. I didn't mean sex. No, it wasn't that. Other with women, yeah. Ah, okay. Well, my lovely wife is telling me to say something where the women here, there are some, would appreciate hearing, because it was rationing. Everything was rationed. Gasoline, sugar, what else you can think of? Steaks, nylons. I didn't wear nylons then. But anyway, it was the rationing was a pain. Bootlegging was there, and Oklahoma, man, it was really full of bootleggers. And so that was one of the dark parts of the war, especially for the women. And I really think the clock is running down. It is. She said, I've done my duty. Okay. Now, you'll come around for another 100 years, okay? That's it? You're too kind. You're too kind. Yeah. Congratulations, preach. Yeah. No more speech class? Okay.
So Jack, you went in that V5 program in 1944, is that right?
That's right.
And you left in 45,
46.
46,
Yeah,
And-
2 years. That's really what I rolled up to.
2 years,
2 years.
okay.
I was lucky. Like I told you, I had two classmates killed in Europe. One killed in Italy. And then my cousin was taking capture, flying a B-24. He shot down over Austria, and a few others too. So it wasn't all peaches and cream, and I was one of the lucky guys.
So did you go overseas at all?
Did I go overseas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit the salt water one time. I went from Oakland to San Francisco on the ferry boat.
Okay, Jack.
That was a rough ride too. That was a rough ride, yeah. Across the bay. So, San Francisco is a great liberty town. And I didn't tell them about my trip to Reno, Nevada, did I? Shit. I have to tell this. One more story. One more time. It was coming up to holiday, and we didn't get Christmas. We got New Year's. So two of my buddies, we got 5 days off, 5 days or a week, whatever. And we just said, well, let's not go to Frisco, be full of servicemen, you know, all those swabbies. And let's go to Reno, Nevada. So we took the bus to Reno, Nevada, and get checked into a hotel. 3 of us in one hotel room, one bed. Some of you may have done that, I don't know. Maybe we were one of the lucky ones. But they went out walking around, and I took a nap. They came back, we got dates for tomorrow night. What, New Year's Eve? Yeah. Some 2 girls driving around in a convertible picked us up. These officers' uniforms really do the tricks, don't they? Yeah. So, of course, they hadn't seen any Navy people in
a year or two, I guess. So they said that they got you a date lined up too. Oh, okay, great. So we went waited for him. They picked us up at the hotel the next night, and I met my date. Nice to meet you and shake hands and all that. Anyway, we went to this hotel, really a marvelous hotel as I recall, and went to the ballroom, and the girls were wearing coats. I gathered up the coats and checked in. They were all seated. The guys looked kind of funny. Anyway, the band's playing, and we're ordering drinks and talking up a storm, having a good time. And suddenly one of my buddies said, "Oh my God, there's Pappy Boynton." I went, where? Now, some of you who don't know who Pappy Boynton is, he was the highest ranking Navy, any pilot in the Pacific in World War II. He had shot down more jet planes than any other serviceman, and a great honor. Of course, he was shot down later on and was a POW, and
He was part of the Black Sheep.
he was the Black Sheep. He was the officer of it.
Right.
He organized it. It was his squadron, and so we had to get up. We had to get out there, get next to Pappy Boynton. So sliding out, and I slid out, turned around to meet my date. He went, "What the heck is this?" I looked down. She's pregnant, and I mean pregnant, little pregnant. What have they done to me? This isn't funny. I'm dancing like this. Oh, so you had to get up close to Pappy Boynton. Just say, "I touched Pappy Boynton." And we as air cadets, that's one of the greatest honors I had during the war, was to see Pappy Boynton, rub up to. I met Pappy Boynton, great ace, great pilot, and I guess a great actor later on. But I had to tell you that one. And my little pregnant little girl, I don't know who her daddy was, or her boyfriend, whoever it was. I never found out. The other two girls said they didn't know. They didn't know she was pregnant. They wouldn't have done it to me. But and did any of you have an accident like that happen to you too? That you weren't the cause of? Oh, okay. That's enough of my wisdom. Don't take pictures of it as married to it. That's it. You all get a free dime when you go.
I think Jack will answer questions if you have any.
Where'd you meet your wife? Tell us about that.
My first wife died of lung cancer. And Vicky's husband had a heart problem. We met about 34 years ago. We went to the same church, and I attended on 4th of July and Easter.
There are two different stories on this. This is his story.
So, I'll tell my second. The long word of it, we've had a couple of dates, had a couple more dates. Pretty soon had a few more dates. And you realize I'm considerably older than me. When I say considerably, I mean considerably. I didn't get this gray hair for nothing. I should have given you first line on that. So we started dating, and she had a daughter and a son. I had 3 sons. I'd never had a daughter, and I told her the only reason I married her because I wanted to get a daughter. That went over like Led Zeppelin too. I apologize, but I did get a great daughter too. So we've been married ever since, very happily, and she's put up with a lot of you know what coming out of me, and she's out there holding my hand now, thank goodness. And
Did you want to say something there? That's good, okay. Oh, it is? She has a different version, but it's all good versions. We love each other dearly. I don't know what to do without her. She's something else. I hope you guys have all had marvelous women, have had marvelous married lives like that also, because it's made life worth living. Anybody else have a good question? That's it? I cleared the house? Well, that's the way it goes. You win some, you lose some.
Thank you so much, Jack and Vicki, both. Certainly enjoyed that. It's an honor to have World War II guy here, and we really appreciate you doing that and serving, even though you didn't make it across. You had the short Navy cruise, right? It wasn't across the ocean.
Jacked out of Oklahoma.
Yes, I kept the Japs out of Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
No bombing in Oklahoma, that was for sure.
Thank you again so much, and we hope you have another 99 almost.
Oh, please don't. And that's what we're thinking.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you for putting up and listening to me, and I will come back another 90 years. Very good.